What on earth do I do with my life? This is one of the most challenging questions that I get asked when I'm working with teenagers. Now, as someone who's worked with teenagers for about 10 years now, it still baffles me how often I get asked this question. And in the same sense, I'm so glad I'm asked it almost every single day. For a lot of people and teenagers who go through the later parts of school, there's this external pressure which comes upon them to make a career choice which could define their life forever. Now, for those of us who are older than teenagers and have gone through young adulthood and further into our life, we can understand that this doesn't really matter as much as we think. But for a lot of teens, it is everything that they've known coming to culmination at the end of high school. So for a lot of teenagers, I can understand why they're so stressed about this question. To feel like they have nowhere else to go, to understand that ideas don't just stop at one end, but they continue to grow on and on. They look at their peers and see that everyone else has got it the right way and that everyone else knows what they're doing. But do they really? And is this a topic and a question that we can't answer at all? So the point of this episode today is all about understanding how teenagers can find what they're passionate about and grow into a beautiful, long career of doing work and growing their career out to be the most impressive thing they've ever had in their entire life. And it's not going to be the answers that you think. So if this is for those teenagers who are really struggling with understanding what they're going to do after high school. And for you parents out there as well, it's also to help you understand how you can help your teenager get the most out of themselves during this period where they're struggling to find out where they're going to go next. So the reason that we have a lot of this struggle and planning and not really knowing what to do next is a lack of a clear vision of what we want. Now, we always get told, what kind of job do you want to go into? What do you like doing? Where do you see yourself in 5-10 years? And for someone who doesn't really know what the next step is or what they really passionately enjoy or what they're good at, these questions can make absolutely no sense at all and end up putting us in a position where we're getting more stressed and more wound up. And for teenagers and parents, I'm sure we all know what it's like when our parents are asking us what we want to do and we have no answer for it, but we keep getting asked anyway. It creates a lot of stress, a lot of tension, and it's not what we want in life. We want to have these conversations that are open and honest, and we want to make sure that we're enjoying these conversations too, to help find solutions and not feel like one's getting backed up against the wall and the other one's trying to fight their way out. We want to be able to be in a situation where we're having these conversations with compassion, listening, empathy, and to feel like we're getting listened to, heard, and also having our points understood as well. So let's look at how we can continue to find the passion that we're looking for. So this part is for the parents. So for parents, I want you to really think about what it's like being a teenager. You have so many questions being put upon you. You've hit your final senior years, getting a lot of external pressure from your peers, from your teachers, from parents, from coaches, understanding what's next. This is where we need to give more space than ever. It's not saying that we just don't ask questions and we don't get involved in our child's life, but it's more about keeping them not hugged too close to our chest, but not outside of our reach. We want to be there and support them whenever they want to come towards us, but we don't want to hold them and hug them every day because they'll just get sick of it, as teenagers do. So we want to reassure them that we're there to support them the whole time. We want to make sure we're still driving them, reminding them of those things they need to do, but we don't want to be putting them in a situation where they're just getting stressed up and wound up about everything at all. So we need to provide consistent support without pressuring teens to have a concrete plan. It's all about making sure we can treat them as growing independent individuals. So one of my favorite exercises I like to do is I want you to imagine this for yourself, okay? It's called the magic wand exercise. Now, whether you like Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, or something else, I want you to imagine that I have a magic wand. And when I wave this magic wand, you're going to wake up tomorrow living your dream life. I want you to imagine what it looks like, what are you doing, who are you helping, and I want you to think about how this looks, how it manifests itself. Focus on the feelings, focus on the common themes, and start thinking about what are some of the passions that you like doing. For a lot of it, it's really about making sure that we can feel that what it's like. Just imagine it. And it's not going to be, telling you that you're going to be in a specific role. It's not going to be a single position that you're going to imagine in the moment where you're like, I have to do that. It's more about just getting a general idea of where our teenagers are at. And embracing what we call like a flexible mindset. That's a crucial part of this. Making sure that we don't think we're stuck in some solid idea of what a job role is, but trying to look at like a general idea. Because over time, and I'll go into this a bit later, we'll find the way, just as we always do. So for the teenagers out there, this part is really, really important. For a teenager, it's so crucial to understand that you're young and you do not have enough experience just yet to know exactly what you want. And I say this in the best of ways because you are so fortunate you have so much time to figure out what you're going to do. If I'm going to look at my journey and how I came to be in the position that I am, I did not think I was going to be anywhere near what I'm doing right now. I've helped hundreds of teenagers over the last couple of years to help them find their passion, achieve amazing things, and most importantly, just enjoy living and loving themselves. But I didn't start like this. When I was in high school, I went through a multitude of different positions that I thought I was going to be. For a long time, I wanted to be a farmer. For a long time after that, I wanted to be a PE teacher because my dad was a PE teacher, my uncles are PE teachers, my cousins are PE teachers. I thought I wanted to be a PE teacher. It wasn't until the last term of high school that I decided that I wanted to work in sport. And so I kind of thought during that period, like, what do I like doing the most? What am I most passionate about? One thing I loved doing was I loved teaching or coaching. I just loved the idea of being the coach, like having a coach like I had at that time. And I also loved sport and exercise and all things just health related. And so I thought, well, a couple of different things I could work with. I could do PE teaching, or maybe I really want to work in sport. I don't know. But I'm going to go to just work as hard as I damn could to give myself all the best possibilities during high school, to get the highest marks I could, because I know that more marks equals more options, more opportunity. And during that time, I ended up getting into a course, which is a very generalized course. Didn't really have any jobs coming out of it, but I knew that it was a starting point to help me figure out what I wanted to do next. And from there, I knew that one step at a time, I was going to find my way through. From there, I ended up getting into I did 1 year of this course called Health Sciences, Bachelor of Health Sciences, and then moved into a Bachelor of Exercise and Sports Science. And as soon as I started doing that, I knew that this was a good path to move on. But actually before that, it was only by chance, because I was so passionate about sport that I thought, you know what, I'm going to reach out to a whole bunch of elite sporting teams and see if I can do something for free, just to try it out, see what I could do. And I started coaching for free, really loved it, started doing the work, and then I got into the passion that I want to, found out what my strengths are, and just kept moving forward. And so after my Bachelor's of Exercise Science, I took time off, I travelled, I coached athletes overseas, tried a whole bunch of different roles, tried a whole bunch of different sports. And over time, I figured out that I really liked helping teenagers, working with younger athletes. Something that I didn't think at first I wanted to do, but definitely as time went on, the more work that I did, the better I got at it and the more I enjoyed it. And then when I moved back home to Australia, that's when I knew I wanted to start a business. I didn't really know I wanted to start a business, but I had a feeling that I wanted to make a bigger impact and a business was going to be the way to help get me there. And it's only through trialing and working at it that I found out the way that I wanted to do it. But this has been like 10 years of work to get to this position now where I really, really love what I'm doing. Like every day I wake up so excited to help teenagers and to make a difference, to help parents too. I'd be so naive to think that the first job I got out of uni and school was going to be the one that was going to be my lifelong journey. But that's just what we're like at that time. So a lot of teenagers out there, I want you to think about this. You don't find what you want to do by planning and thinking about it. You find what you're going to do by working. So that means you go out there, you get into the workforce, you speak to people, to mentors, to other people around, and you just start trying things. And you don't always find exactly what you're going to do straight away. You could try 10 jobs before you find something you genuinely enjoy. And you know what? It'll be worth every single one of those 10 jobs when you actually achieve it and find it. There's nothing like finding your passion and your strengths and just running with it and having the best time doing it. I don't want you to think that it's all going to be easy. It's going to be hard, but hard work creates a hard human. Someone who can deal with the resilience, be confident going into any situation. They can feel like they can really just make use of whatever they've got. And those are skills which are priceless. So I want you to think about this. When you say to yourself, what am I going to do when I finish school? What am I going to be? I want you to think about what are you most passionate about and what skills you're the best at. And I just want you to start with them. Doesn't have to be a specific role or anything like that. I just want you to start with them. Try a job which kind of fits into that category and just roll with it. You'll find out whether you like it or not in the long run. But the more you think about it, the slower it's going to be. The more you take action and just do it, you will get it done and you'll find out exactly what you want to do. So that's all I've got time for today. Hope you enjoyed that. Make sure you subscribe, follow, and stay in touch for more things self-development for teens. Let's get to it.